things that did occur. But we are jumping in mid-series. We're jumping into game number 2 and spawning into the top left-hand corner of Amphion. We have the European Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is a Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Streamer Zone. It is NightMare. It's Streamer Zone, right? I have to double check that. The exact name. Yeah, Streamer Zone. There we go. But we are jumping into game number 2. We're jumping in mid-series. Predictions are now open in the chat. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck. Ooh, as Clem is setting up for a proxy. And look how smooth it is. Ah, it's beautiful. It's so smooth. But Europe has its own problems. I know, I think it's Yaku. There are some, depending on what country you're in, Europe can be really rough as well. Routing wise, I mean. Smooth. For now, Clem going for his initial proxy racks, going for, I imagine, a bunker as well on the low ground. SCV soon to dive in. And this is designed to get an economic edge early on here for Clem. To give him a bit of an economic advantage. SV is kept away. Is now spotted. And here comes the bunker. Up! The bunker has been placed. And the goal here is, if it can finish, for the Reaper to move down to deny mining at the mineral line for as long as possible. The SV can, of course, repair. Second probe has arrived. And so far, so good. NightMare, he zones away the SCV. Reaper does arrive. Zealot pops out. Thankfully, NightMare to go for the safety Zealot. Clem does get the first probe. Wait for the second. Ooh, gets 2 probe kills. Meanwhile, at the same time, the SCV is zoned away and the bunker is denied. Again, that could have been so much worse. But the bunker is cancelled and NightMare holds. NightMare does hold. He does defend. And will force Clem out. Back at home, Clem opening up double gas, going to a factory, going to a starport follow-up. Big delay on this. Actually, very big delay. Does Clem turn this into a 1-base all-in? Okay, CC. Okay, he's going for a delayed command center. There we go, CC's on the way. Clem is expanding, but is quite committed. He's quite committed here with his early game aggression just because of how late his expansion is going to be, and because he didn't really deal much economic damage. He killed 2 probes. Oh, did I say 2? Soon to be 3. 3 probes go down. Reapers, they dive into the main. Headed for the mineral line. Getting another probe. Getting another 4 probe kills. And honestly, that's pretty necessary damage. Considering how late the expansion is for Clem, it's so important that he was able to get those workers. 6 probes in total. And we'll see if NightMare can get much done with his counterattack. He's moving out with his Stalkers. Setting up back at home with the Twilight Council. He is moving out. I live in Australia, get ping problems on the EU server. That's a little bit different. High latency is different to unstable latency. Like, high ping doesn't affect casting, right? Like, I can have, like, 300 ping and it's fine. Like, everything is still smooth. It's different from playing. But Cyclones, they get into the main, going for the mineral line. Oh, not bad, getting 3 probe kills. Stalkers likewise busting into the main as well. Boys being pulled. Oh, that's going to be 6 probes across the map. Stalker goes down. The Cyclones are getting out of hand. They're getting out of control. There's 1 Stalker left, 0 Stalkers left. And the entire mineral line is compromised. Meanwhile, across the map, sure, we're losing some workers, but that's only 3 SCVs. That pales in comparison, forcing a recall. And Clem is snowballing out of control already. 12 probe kills. Ay, getting 13. 13 probes. Looking to get 14. And back at home, Clem happily mining, taking his natural. He can mule to his heart's content. Just mule up from here. see how Clem can respond. Yeah, just for now pulling back. I mean, there's no reason to stick around. He's going to save his Cyclones. Getting into his 3-1-1 setup and building up his tanks, working towards Stim. And these two MVP Cyclones between them got so much damage. 16 kills in total between the two of them. And NightMare only got 2 workers, 2 SCVs. Behind this, getting into 2-gate Blink, should be taking a third. Doesn't really have the production to really sustain much aggression. Gas is now being taken. And the pressure is now on NightMare to try to bounce back. He's going for a Bay before the third. That'll be for Colossus production. But he needs to get more done. Does threaten oh god. Does threaten the tanks, but doesn't get them. Stalker goes down. I mean, this is the problem with Amphion. NightMare can't really threaten the main like you would on another map like Site Delta, for example, or Alkyone, or Oceanborn. Because of the terrain, these tanks, they can defend both the ramp here, or the cliff here, the cliff face towards the left, and the ramp on the right. The Blink Stalkers can't get much done. NightMare, he is pinned back. Here comes the first Colossus. First Colossus is on the way. And with it, he can try to muster up a defense. It's possible. Can try to pull it off. Till then, though. And moving out. Pushing across the map. And Clem from here can just stutter step forward. The Colossus has right, there's the overcharge. With the help of the overcharge from NightMare, he can try to hold on, but the tanks they siege up, Colossus goes down, and that's all that we had left. The natural base has been broken, the overcharge is not going to be good enough. Zealots, they do trickle in. Oh, there's 3 Zealots left. They do force some friendly fire. And it looks like NightMare can barely hold on, just barely. There's 3 Marauders. There's still 3 Marauders. Oh my god. The kiting. Clem achieving so much with so little. He will eventually be forced back. But reinforcements have arrived. Clem, he wants to end the game here and now. He knows how close he is to breaking NightMare. And mine just going off. Tank did fall, but the third base, likewise, is going to be focused down. Clem still just rallying across the map. From here, he can stim. He can win. Catching all the Zealots, mine just going off, taking down the sentries, and GG gets called. Clem will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played. Again, it came down to the initial Cyclone drop. The Cyclones, they got so much economic damage. They got 16 worker kills between the two of them, or I should say 16 kills between the two of them, workers and stalkers as well, alike. And alas, Clem did snowball out of control. NightMare, the pressure was on him to try to recover, try to do some counter damage, but because of the map itself, there was no easy way to get into a mineral line or get into the main base to try to pick away at some workers. Clem was quite safe, he was quite secure, and he snowballed out of control from there. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have our first 3 semi-finalists. We have, from the very top here, we have Clem. Clem, of course, is waiting for the winner of Bjorn and Hero.